India before colonization, the world's richest nation. For centuries, India was one of the most advanced and wealthiest civilizations in the world. It was a land of prosperity, culture, and knowledge, known for its thriving economy, scientific achievements, and deep philosophical traditions. Long before the Mughals or the British arrived, India had already built one of the world's most powerful and self-sufficient civilizations. In 300 BCE, under Emperor Ashoka, India was a vast and united empire with an extensive trade network stretching from the Roman Empire to China. By the Gupta period, 4th to 6th century CE, India was at the forefront of mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and trade, with cities like Pataliputra, Ujjain, and Varanasi being centers of learning and commerce. By 1700, India contributed nearly 27% of the world's economy, making it the richest nation on earth. Its textile industry dominated global trade, its spices were the most sought-after commodities, and its scientific and medical knowledge was unmatched. But by the time the British left in 1947, India's economy had collapsed to less than 4% of the world's GDP. So what happened? How did India, once a global superpower, become a victim of colonization? To answer that, we must first understand the real history of India before foreign invasions. Ancient India, a civilization of prosperity and knowledge. India's greatness goes far beyond the Mughal era. The subcontinent had already built some of the most advanced cities, economic systems, and knowledge centers long before any foreign rule. From the Indus Valley civilization to the powerful Mauryas, Guptas, Cholas, and Vijayanagar Empire, India was a global force in trade, governance, science, and culture. The Indus Valley civilization, 3300 to 1300 BCE, the foundation of urban India, one of the earliest and most advanced civilizations in the world. The Indus Valley civilization, Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, had well-planned cities with drainage systems, public baths, and water supply systems, rivaling modern urban planning. Standardized weights and measures used in trade, proving a highly developed economy. Extensive trade networks with Mesopotamia, indicating early global commerce. Unlike later empires, this civilization declined due to environmental and climate changes, not foreign invasions. But its legacy of organized governance and commerce influenced future Indian civilizations. The Maurya Empire, 321 to 885 BCE, the first pan-Indian empire. Founded by Chandragupta Maurya, the Maurya Empire unified most of the Indian subcontinent for the first time under a centralized administration. Under his grandson, Emperor Ashoka, the empire reached its peak. Global trade network. The Maurya Empire had trade routes connecting Rome, Persia, China, and Southeast Asia, exporting spices, textiles, and gems. Infrastructure and economy. Roads, irrigation systems, and state-controlled industries ensured economic growth. Ashoka's governance. Ashoka embraced Dharma-based rule, promoting welfare policies, religious tolerance, and education. His rock edicts, spread across South Asia, promoted ethical governance. The Gupta Empire, 4th to 6th century CE, the golden age of science and culture. The Gupta dynasty marked India's golden age, during which it became a global leader in mathematics, medicine, astronomy, and literature. Aryabhata introduced zero, decimal numbers, and early algebra. Sushruta pioneered plastic surgery and advanced medical techniques. India's trade expanded across Europe, China, and the Middle East. The Gupta period solidified India's scientific and economic supremacy, setting up a system that would flourish for centuries. The Chola dynasty, 3rd century BCE, the 13th century CE, India's naval and economic powerhouse. One of the most powerful and longest ruling dynasties in Indian history, the Chola dynasty dominated southern India and Southeast Asia through military power, trade, and governance. Naval supremacy. They controlled Indian Ocean trade routes, influencing Sri Lanka, Indonesia, and Malaysia. Economic strength. Tamil merchants controlled trade with China, Persia, and the Arab world. Cultural achievements. Built Brihdiswara Temple, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The Chola dynasty proved that India was not just a land of internal prosperity, but a major player in global politics and trade. The ancient Indian education system, centers of knowledge before colonization. India was one of the first nations to establish organized education systems, which included universities, the Gurukul system, and advanced scientific studies. Nalanda University, 5th century CE, 12th century CE, one of the world's first residential universities, with over 10,000 students and 2,000 teachers from across Asia, taught mathematics, astronomy, medicine, philosophy, and Buddhist studies. Had a vast library, Dharmaganja, one of the largest in the ancient world. Takshashila University, 6th century BCE, 5th century CE. Oldest known university in the world, dating back to 600 BCE. Offered more than 60 subjects, including medicine, law, military strategy, and Sanskrit literature. Students traveled from China, Persia, and Greece to study here. The Gurukul system, a decentralized education model where students learned mathematics, science, logic, arts, and ethics from a guru in a residential setting. Ensured widespread literacy and practical knowledge. Created self-sufficient scholars, teachers, and skilled professionals. These institutions were deliberately destroyed by foreign invaders and later British policies, which replaced them with colonial education systems designed to create clerks for the British administration. Conclusion: India before colonization was a global superpower. Before the British arrived, India was a wealthy land, an economic and scientific powerhouse, and a leader in education. Its great empires, Maurya, Gupta, Chola, and Vijayanagar, built self-sufficient economies, advanced education systems, and powerful trade networks that connected the world. In the next episode, we will explore how the British East India Company transformed from a trading company into a colonial ruler, and how India became the crown jewel of the British Empire at a devastating cost. Stay tuned for Part 2, how the British East India Company took over India.